Hello, everybody. We are the Gamers DMZ, and it is me, Jazzy Moto. Okay, I'm done. Uh, below me, we got Megalixer,
Hey,
and then we have OG Double M,
What's up, everybody?
followed by Mr. Rich,
What up?
and host with the most. No, the one and only one.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for showing up tonight to listen to us talk about games. Um, Not going to be that long of a show tonight. We just got a couple of topics we're going to discuss. But we first want to start out with discussing what people have been playing as of late. I know three of us, maybe four, actually four of us. I know we all played one game together. So let's get that popping. Let's talk about what you've been playing. Let's start out with Megalixer. What you've been playing?
one game.
And what is that game? Because we can't read minds.
Well, I'll tell you. Danganronpa 3, if you ever heard of it.
Never heard of that game. Must be a Nintendo
What?
game.
Danganronpa 3.
Stank rocks. What?
Stomping,
Danganronpa.
rocking, rompa.
Oh, okay.
I think those games are on Game Pass. But
Never seen it. You played it on your Switch?
yeah.
Okay, never heard of it, but okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Let's start with Jazamoto. What you been playing?
Mostly Diablo. Not much else, honestly. I still gotta get my horse. So
You still don't have that horse?
I've been because I made another character and
Oh, okay.
helping people and blah 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 blah. So, but I'm on. I think I'm on the quest to get my horse.
Okay.
So
I tell you, they make you work for that horse.
yes,
make
they
you
do.
work for
I'm like, I didn't get it yet.
they make
Jeez.
you work for it. Okay. Sir Rich, what about you?
Just Diablo and Street Fighter this week.
Oh, Diablo
Oh
and
yeah, Street Fighter. I forgot that. Sorry.
How you forget about your Street Fighter?
Can't forget about Street Fighter.
Mm-mm.
Shoot. Sir Rich told me a spoiler that I never knew.
But don't
I don't want to
spoil it for
hear it.
everybody
Yeah,
else.
don't say it.
It ain't no spoiler. It's like old news.
It's but I never knew it. So now you got to tell everybody.
I gotta tell them. They still say they ain't want to hear it. So
I mean, if it's not anything new, I'll hear it. I'll take a listen.
M Bison is dead for the umpteenth time.
Oh, that's nothing new.
Yeah,
It's new to me.
this the fourth
No.
time he has died. It's like the third or fourth time he's died.
Don't worry, as long as
His psycho crystal powers can bring him back. He
So
can
he's in them.
rematerialize his flesh.
Okay. Anything else you've been playing?
Nope. That's it.
Okay. Let's see. OG.
I've been playing my usuals from last week.
What are those?
MLB The Show, Mad Max. I love Mad Max.
I know you were just playing that.
I gotta finish
I
that one.
love that game. And I guess I have to jump on some Diablo this weekend.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I guess so. I need to spec my character out right. Get more in depth.
Hold on, be right back.
As Sir Rich says.
Let me see. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. I played 7 Days to Die. I played
Nice.
Fallout. Yeah. But I don't like it. I just did it for a
Oh, me and Sir Rich used to play the mess out of that game.
It's too much work. I mean, I don't want to just I don't like the randomized worlds. I don't like putting it makes me think I'm playing a zombie what do you call
Minecraft.
it? Minecraft, yeah. I ain't doing all that work. I want things done. Um I played Fallout 4 on the PC or my ROG Ally. I play Evil Within 2 on the ROG Ally. I'm just trying to play games. I played those. And of course I played Diablo, beat that. And that the ending for the Diablo, that's a lot of work to get there. A lot of work. So I played that. I liked it. At level 50, probably almost at 51. So that was a fun game. I really liked the game, but I'm only level 50 and it goes up to 100. And once you get over level 50, boy, oh boy, are those demons coming for you. So those are the games that I played. Those that are listening, please like and subscribe. With that said, let's get into the gaming news for the week. And I want to get some of your guys' opinion on the Nintendo show that they gave. Was it yesterday? We're going to
2
start out.
days, I think, or yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
So let's start with you. What did you think about it? What games impressed you?
All right. Well, besides like the main things that they show, which I'll get to a little bit later. First of all, Metal Gear Solid Collection, and the reason why is because I've been wanting to get into the Metal Gear series, but I couldn't since like the older games weren't, readily available on like newer consoles. And then boom, there you go. So I don't really have like much of an excuse. Um, they show like an indie game that's from the developers of Sonic Mania, and it's called Penny's Big Breakaway. And
What's that?
it's like a platformer type game. Like I wish I could show you like gameplay of it, but
Any release dates?
release date, I
If they give
believe
a
like fall 2023. I may be wrong. Don't quote me on that. but
I'm
but
sure
yeah,
those
Chess, like look at the chapters of that video that you just opened up.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Mm. And you will want to go to where it says Penny's Big Breakaway. Mm. Do you hear me, Jess? Ah, ah,
so what other games that you would like?
but they're against the show. They show more info on Pikmin 4, which comes out in July. Yeah, July. That comes out in July, but um they show more levels. They show that this is like they show that you can have a chance to like customize your main character, and which you, which will make it like feel like that it's like you create this character.
What other
Well, like
games that you like outside of that?
all right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They show plenty of Mario stuff, and
Oh,
that
cool.
Okay.
yeah, you said of course, but there was actually kind of a drought of like no like Mario content for like a while. Like I want to say like since like 20 like around like the later 2022 months. And and another thing is that like for a while it was like what Nintendo's not gonna put any like it's not gonna come out with like a new Mario game alongside the movie like what the heck. But But it
Well,
turns
it is
out,
now.
like, no, we definitely do have some stuff planned, you know. And I'll just give you, like, I guess a
What are your
lightning
top?
round of
Yeah.
before
What are
things to
your?
show.
Yeah. What are your top games? The top 4 games.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and that's a 2D game, man. We haven't had like a 2D Mario game for a while, and there's like a lot of there's a lot of new stuff from that game too, like the power-ups to the characters and like the world that they're in. It it doesn't feel like the older 2D titles that came out years ago, where it felt like somewhat sameish in terms of like feel. And they also announced they announced a remake of Mario RPG, which was originally like a Super Nintendo game from the 90s.
I thought that's what that was.
Yeah, that one I actually want to play because I played that on PC as an
Yeah.
emulator, a
Yeah, I
legal
watched one of my
emulator.
buddy play it back in the day.
With the Mario game,
Mario
y'all
The
can
old
It's a remake.
RPG. Mm-hmm.
y'all can
remaster. Yeah, remake of
It was kind of
y'all
fun.
y'all can keep it. What else?
Yeah, because it's turn based. We know how you feel.
Oh
about
yes, most definitely. That won't happen.
I, wa- I,
Mm-mm.
I don't like all
it. It
those.
is
Well,
turns.
I want it.
Basically
Y'all,
turn
I don't
based.
get to share, so I'm cool. uh, they also there's going to be like a new game where you get to play as they didn't show too much of it. I'm assuming that's because it's like in its early stages, but there's going to be a spin-off game that stars Princess Peach.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
And
Oh, okay.
it doesn't look platformer-esque. This is just a speculation. I'm going to be completely wrong, but it looks like a Metroidvania type of game. Like it,
with Princess Peach. Okay, that's
yeah,
crazy.
reminds me of Bayonetta Origins in a way.
What would you rate it?
Um, I'm gonna rate it based off of what Nintendo job was. For like the first few months of 2023, they usually weren't like this, but in the first half, like they were extremely quiet on what
Right,
will
but
happen.
what do you rate it?
I say a B.
Okay,
Yeah, B.
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
but yeah, the reason why is because like they were extremely quiet, and it was to the point where like I'm not sure if this was part of this reason, but their stocks was like going a little bit down, so they had to like show something.
Trust me, we know what stocks.
But
Yeah, he's still looking at stocks now. Anybody else have any opinions on that?
Did they show anything you think I would like?
there was some like
That wasn't an opinion. That's a
Vampire
question.
yeah, that's
Survivors.
more of a question. That's more of a question. All I can say is watch it for yourself. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh, Jasimoto. Yo, Serge. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just happy to see Vampire Survivors on there. Like, yay. It still needs to come to mobile, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
getting Vampire Survivors getting what co-op too?
Yep, I think it's set up
Yeah.
to 4 local.
Couch co-op.
Yeah.
I think I can get Mama involved in that.
I need to play that game. I know I said that a lot, but but
Cool.
yeah. But that's all. Next topic.
What about Surge? Surge has something.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say Pigment does look interesting because I always did play that game. So, it's a nice little fun little puzzle game. Interesting puzzle game. So, that did look interesting how they evolve in that. But that was pretty much it. Everything else was like, meh. They look like they're going deep into RPGs this go around.
That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, I didn't look at it. I saw 5 seconds of it, and I saw the same old, same old.
Pokemon.
Everything.
Okay, I'm
It
good.
was something with Mario. Then I'm like, okay, Mario, Mario, Mario. Where art thou, Mario? So that's all I see. So I, I could care less. Um, what do you guys think yesterday? Everyone wants to call it a bombshell. For me, it wasn't a bombshell. Um, I just thought it uh, business is business, and just they had to do what they had to do. But Microsoft raised the price of the Xbox Series X in certain territories and Xbox Game Pass in certain territories. That's not impacting United States. I think some countries in the EU, Japan, Chile, and Brazil. I think other places it goes up. Um, what do you think? Do you think I'm a go with Surge? Do you think that's going to stop you from subscribing to Game Pass? Do you think they had the right to raise the price? What are your thoughts on
Yeah,
Game Pass
if
and
they
Xbox
provide a
Series?
service, if they feel like they need a price hike, they can do that. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. But I'm still use it. It is still beneficial to me. They give me all types of bonuses. They give me month subscriptions that's worth way more than that price hike. I didn't have Disney Plus a few times off of them, so
And they'll
hey.
say, they also say, well, go ahead. I'll let you
Oh no, I
finish.
was done. I was done. You was about to say.
Okay, Jazz and Moto.
Um, yeah, I totally agree with Sir Rich. I'm a happy customer. Things cost money. If they feel the need to hike the price, I mean, it's not a god awful price hike that's gonna hurt my
Like two
wallet or
bucks.
anything. So,
It's like
right,
$2 literally.
and the
It don't. But
benefits.
here's the funny
What's
thing:
up?
it doesn't even impact the people in the U.S. So
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I was
even
just
better.
about to say, like, you shouldn't really, like, I guess in your personal life, like, you shouldn't really be concerned.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
can understand in other countries. I mean, especially the
Yeah,
countries
what
that's
you got
giving
to.
them a hard time with the
Yeah, you're
CMA.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
I could definitely understand why they put extra charge on that.
yeah, like I said, the
Y'all want to stop
pros
my CMA
outweigh
money? All right,
the
yeah, whatever.
cons, so I'm happy.
We about to make 68 million off of your country's back. $2 at a time. That's what we go.
Okay.
What about you, Double?
Mm,
I'm
well,
what the reason why I'm gonna say Double, and because Youngling works with yours, so he got a little opinion, but we'll see. Go ahead. No, let's go. Yeah, let's go with you. Go ahead.
well, I mean, due to inflation, we knew it was going to go up. $1 was expected, but I think we also going to expect that getting that family game pass is coming soon. Also,
I think that's coming, but I don't think it's gonna come until after we find out. Uh,
after this Activision deal, huh?
mhm.
Mhm.
I want somebody to
Yeah.
do something for me. Let's see. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna tell y'all some games. Uh, anybody else want to say something? Or what about you, Mega?
This is more of a question, but is import tax also, like, part of the reason?
Yeah. Not for
Be-
Game Pass, but for
oh,
the Xbox Series X, yes, I can see that.
yeah, because, like, I know that in Brazil, like, game consoles are extremely expensive.
It didn't go up in Brazil though. It didn't go up Brazil,
Oh,
Chile,
oh, okay.
Japan.
Yeah. But,
Actually, it didn't go up where they approved the deal real quick either, because Chile, Brazil, Japan.
but yeah, I mean, you guys know me. I wouldn't care too much about that for a lot of reasons, but yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
you have your reason.
I'm gonna tell y'all some.
Hey, you better start, Karen. We're gonna cut you off.
Yeah, cut them off.
I,
Somebody keep count. I'm gonna name some games. I want y'all to keep count. Okay?
I need a
Somebody
personal
count.
income.
Yeah, I gotta count. Somebody keep counting what I'm gonna say. Ghostwire Tokyo, The Big Con, Room Factory. That's 3. Uh, Stacking is 4. Tell Me Why is 5. Amnesia is 6. Redfall is 7. Serious Sam is 8. Overwhelmed is 9. Door Donga is 10. Soul Hackers 2 is 11. Let's just stick right there. That's 11 games, right? Well, let's just say let's cut it off at 50. I mean 10, right? And let's
Mhm.
just say that I bought all those games, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'll be cheap and say the game I bought them all for $49.99, right?
Mhm.
Those are all the games I played this year. That's $499. So the point I'm making is I would not have, if I had to buy all these games, I
You would not
seriously
be
doubt
anywhere in the
I,
realm near that.
and not, I wouldn't even be near there because I would have been more choicey with the games that I would
Yeah.
have bought. And
You,
I would not have just jumped out there because, like you said, you're going to spend your money wisely. But the beauty of Game Pass is that it does give you the opportunity to experiment and play with a lot of games. And was seeing all the fanfare about them raising prices. Now, I do understand, and I don't want us to come off as senseless, but I do understand the economics and inflation, how it impacts people, and everyone doesn't have the monies to be able to afford Xbox Game Pass. But just the same, it allows those who don't have the money the opportunity to pay a monthly fee, $10.99 or $9.99, to experiment with games on the console and be able to play a lot more games based off of if one parent say, you know what, I'm going to give you one game this month and maybe 6 months later I'll buy another game. And if the game is $79 and I'm only going to get 2 games, but I can spend $10 a month on Game Pass. I don't see what the big uproar is as far as, but we're not in other countries where we're being impacted. But again, the value of the dollar and how our currency is impacted um, around the world does impact Game Pass. The interest rates impact, manufacturing costs impacts Xbox Series X. There are a lot of mitigating that does uh, influence the price of Game Pass and the price of consoles. So
Yeah.
I don't understand why people get into uproar and say, well, they shouldn't do it. I think people are getting too complacent saying, oh, I'm not getting my money's worth. What? And how are you not getting your money's worth if you're only paying $9.99, $9.99 a month? I pay $14.99, but that's because I do Ultimate. In addition, you could still do all the little rewards challenges and get a gamer card, at least $5 worth of gamer or Microsoft points to help subsidize the 9.99. So if there's a will, there's a way. So I don't understand why people are really complaining, to so to speak. Now that being said, some of the Microsoft rewards programs are not worldwide. It is location dependent.
mm,
However, I don't. I think you get a lot of value for your buck. And then when people say, "Well, they didn't raise the price of Game Pass for the PC," and I always tell people, go look at your PC games as opposed to your Xbox games. The Xbox games dwarfs the PC games
yeah.
Yeah.
big time.
There's a ton more Xbox games than PC games,
Right.
definitely.
Because I pay more attention to it because of the ROG Ally. I'm searching for games just to download and test out, and I'm like, wow, there is a good amount of games, but there are more games on the Xbox Series X or the Xbox ecosystem. And when I mean ecosystem, I'm only specifically talking about the console space. So I don't, to some extent, people here complaining. I think just people want to make noise and be heard.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to do that nowadays.
And I think they raised the price because I think they, not me, they are feeling good that this merger may go through, and they didn't want to do it after.
Mm-hmm.
I still hold my cards that I'm still saying, we'll discuss that later. But again, I think that it's a I don't want to I think it's I think we here shouldn't have the biggest, we're having uproars for others, but I think we're only having an uproar because we want to have an uproar. You
Mm.
can see all these people saying, "Oh, they did this and they did that," but I love how people can spend other people's money and say, "Well, they're $1 trillion company." Yeah, but that's just based on stock value. Yeah, they're buying Activision Blizzard. They're trying to stay ahead of the game, invest money now to longevity and grow the business. And I told somebody somewhere, I said, that's what a lot of people's problems are thinking that businesses like Microsoft or any business is beholden to them. No, you beholden to your stockholders and you're trying to make your stockholders money. You're giving the customers their money's worth based off of what you're providing for that service. They don't owe you anything. You pay for something, they're giving it to you. Right or wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's right.
Sound right to me.
so I don't understand why people take this self-righteous attitude and say, oh, you don't have a right to do X, Y, Z. You don't know what I have in the bank. You don't know what I need to do. You don't know my investment. And to some extent, if they want to make Game Pass better, I don't think they should raise it. Like OG said, I think they're raising the price to me as an incentive to get people to buy, if and when it launches, Game Pass Family Plan. And if that if that comes off for $25 a month for 5 people, that's an excellent deal. You can't say anything.
Yep. It will actually force more people to group together and pay that. I think it's
mean,
perfect.
like I said, I would just give mine away because if I do it, like if my nephew wanted, I'll get it for him. If my other nephew wanted, I'll get it for him just to have them on my account. But me myself, it's just me, and I would do it for them because if they gave you 5, I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna hurt me.
Right.
But I can see like you and Youngling and the other person, that'll be great for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Sure. The other guy.
I don't want to put people's names out there.
When he went on Front Street.
Yeah, I don't,
Understandable. I consider, well, my high school friends just friends.
so even with Jazz and Surge, I mean, if they did a family plan, it'd probably be cheaper for y'all to do a family plan.
Yep.
True, yeah.
So when you start thinking about it, it does make sense if they came out with a family plan. Even if they came out with a family plan 3 for $20, that's still a good deal.
Deal. Still a good deal.
So,
You,
we'll see.
you seen that little graph I created earlier in the week, right? With all those games I've been playing.
Mm-hmm. That's my point. Add it up. Add it up.
That was like 14 games.
You created a list too?
Yeah. I tweeted a list.
Oh. Well, like father, like son.
Yeah, it was like 14 games being played. They're all in Game Pass. And half of them I end up buying.
Cool.
So the
Well,
narrative that Xbox players don't buy games is just stupid.
I don't pay people any attention. Pay people any attention. when they say Xbox players don't play games. Well, then buy games. Then I guess Diablo was free, but my wallet didn't say it was free. Well, I guess I only paid $5. But I had points, and that's my whole point. I have points, and if you really are savvy and got up every morning or every day, you did your points on the Xbox, you did your points on the PC, you could probably subsidize it 100%.
I mean, I haven't paid full price for a game in probably 2-3 years. I think
Really?
I think I paid $40 for Diablo. Just use some points.
That's my that's what I was saying is that you use points. And I bought a $50 gift card, and I paid the rest with Game Pass or whatever it was. I did it with a gift card. I mean, I did the Xbox card, and that's how I
Yeah.
think you should roll. And the other point is, if you have Ultimate, it's even better because I got it on my laptop. I have 2 laptops. I got Ultimate on. I got it on my desktop. I have it on my ROG. I got it on both of my Xbox Series X. So tell me, how am I paying too much to have games go wherever I want to go? 3
Yeah.
PC Game Pass if I wanted to, include my Asus ROG. I got it on my Surface, I got it on my desktop, and I got it on my other laptop. And 2 Xboxes. And if I wanted to play on phone or tablet. So you telling me I'm paying too much. They raising prices. No, I just think people want something to talk about. But yet and still, they'll pay too much money for that. They'll say $14.99 or $10.99. They go to Burger King every day and every other day, or they go to Starbucks. They'll spend $6 on Starbucks coffee. That's you, OG. But then complain about Game Pass.
That
Help
ain't
me
me.
make help me make that make sense. Let me just say that much.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any additional questions, Mega?
Nope, I
Okay,
am okay.
I got a good question for you.
Yeah,
Would you find it, if you have to totally subsidize it yourself, would you be upset that it went up?
totally subsidize it myself. It's okay if you like elaborate a bit more.
If you had to pay for it, would you be irritated that you had to
There
pay
you
for
go. I thought
Oh, I have to pay for it. Well, yeah.
that's the subsidized, meaning that somebody else.
it?
I wasn't trying to put it out there.
Right. Simple is fine. It's not demeaning.
Right.
It's just simple.
That wasn't registering.
Yeah, no, it did. You know why?
He's
You
like,
know
what?
why? Because I blame the senior. Because okay, so do you think it'd be more of a hit to you if you did subsidize it? I'm listening. Mega?
This word is like kind of like foreign to me. Like you're saying like if this is like the case of like if I were in that position where I have like a personal income
Mhm.
and I could pay things on my
Right.
own.
You had to do it on
Now
your
you trying to
own.
make
Nah,
it
you
technical. You're trying to make it technical.
I'm
It's
just trying to
question.
because I'm trying to
uh,
understand.
okay, yeah,
Pay
It ain't
for
hard.
But he said
It
if
ain't
you
hard.
subsidize.
had the money to pay for everything, would you be irritated?
Well, yeah, I would be irritated.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't really
so,
know that word, you know.
so, in other words, you saying it's okay for other people to spend their money on you, but you have to pay it. You repeat off.
Were you? I mean, I will feel bad for that person though because now they have to pay
But you
even
should
more.
break I was
What?
he just said,
All these hypotheticals of reality. What is going on? Wait a minute.
It's okay. I know you're gonna take care of me.
I
You're gonna
know.
take care of me in my old age.
Yes.
I know you will. It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, you know I
In other
will.
words, okay. Okay. So in other words,
You ain't gonna send me off to the old folks home, are you?
You're
no,
my
I hope
father.
Oh
not.
no.
You're my father. I like you.
Okay, so that's good. That's good. Glad you would be more understanding of people's pains if you had to subsidize it yourself. So now you'd be more receptive saying, you'll give it more critical thinking if it was you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we got you in the game of understanding. Okay, no problem with that. Going on to, I'm gonna start with Jasimoto. What have you read? What did you think it was Microsoft versus the FTC today? I listened to a good portion of it, and we're gonna go over the three people. The first one was Matt Booty, and the second one was Pete Hines, and the third was Sarah Bond. Um, Matt Booty and the way that the FTC they went after Bethesda first. No, they went after Xbox overall. So they went after Matt Booty. Then they went after Bethesda, which was Pete Hines, who was marketing, and he got promoted at Xbox. But when he made these comments, he was part of the marketing, and that the Microsoft lawyer kind of like gave him shade by saying, "But you were only part of marketing at said time." I don't think a lot of people picked that up because she said he was only this, so he really had no opinion in things above his, for lack of a better term, pay grade. They didn't say that. That's my interpretation. But and then Sarah Bond uh, gave her testimony. And overall, if you guys read some of the tweets, I think Florian Mueller, he did a great job of tweeting a lot of that. If you guys could read some of his tweets, he did a play-by-play. He knocked it out the park. I always got to give him people credit who do a lot. So, did you read any of the excerpts from Matt Booty? And what did you think? Because we're going to go one by one. I'm not going to do them all at once that you give me. So I want to do Matt Booty. And they tried to talk about Matt Booty because of an email that he wrote and supposedly criticizing, saying that he wanted to take games away or some crap like that. But it was really never stated. But did you see some of that testimony? And what did you think of Matt Booty's testimony, Jazz?
I did not see it. Honestly, I've been kind of like hot and cold with this whole situation. Just holding out hope that it goes through. So I've kind of been like in an earshot of the updates as far as specific people and quotes go. So
Okay. So you didn't hear anything about Matt Booty.
no.
Okay. What about you, Sturge?
I missed it. I was trying to catch up on it a little bit, but I ain't see none of the tweets and stuff. I was just reading like the synopsis of the trial and like
Hey,
what were they speaking on about like how the FTC was using the overwhelmingly amount of evidence from Sony and not really looking at too much of the facts from Xbox, and they spoke with a few people, and that was pretty much it. They didn't really go into what was said, what
Oh,
was
so you
really
was
talked
reading it off what people were saying.
about.
Okay.
Because I read like an article, but then I didn't know the tweets. I got to catch up on the tweets.
Yeah, I sent y'all a link to some of the tweets. I think I sent
Yeah,
you.
I was looking at that, but I didn't get through it too deep.
Okay, Megan, did you see anything with it?
I looked at Activision versus FTC and how you know this and how it's going to plan, like how it's going to be scheduled for August 2nd, which is the day we
No,
need to.
No, that's not really the case. That's why they're in court now because let's jump back and go forward. Microsoft said we're going to close because we don't need anybody's approval to close. The FTC said, well, we're going to put a TRO, okay? And the TRO is temporary restraining order to stop them from closing. That's what's in place now.
Okay.
FTC right now is fighting Microsoft for a PI, preliminary injunction. If they get the preliminary injunction, that means Microsoft has to wait until August to even start trying to plead the case. That's why they're in front of the judge now.
Yeah,
Microsoft.
and
This is
I
what I
forgot you
discussed.
right, yo.
This is what I discussed last week. Microsoft kind of pushed the FTC's hand to make them get to this point and go to court, and it's just the judge that's going to decide if Microsoft has the right to close, and the FTC doesn't.
Mm.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you chimed in when you said that. It rang that bell in the article, and they was talking about how some people don't even make it through trial because it's usually so long-winded. They usually just give it up. So we'll see if they have any legitimate claims that can hold out.
Okay. So, did you hear Matt Booty?
Why you
OG.
keep saying booty like that? Every time you say booty,
Well, what am I? Okay.
you say
Can't
booty.
help it.
You insinuated booty.
That is,
Booty.
you know what?
Man.
You got a fixation on that because you know we game. That's what you say.
Because it's the booty warrior. Booty
But you
warrior.
always say that.
But yeah, as a
I'm
as a
trying.
light
Okay.
insult, like,
But
oh,
let's
that's booty.
No,
But you
no, I'm
saying
not.
booty.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Booty
Okay,
brains.
so moving forward, I'm gonna call him
Yes.
Matt. I'm just gonna call him Matt.
There we
Cause
go.
y'all go,
All
y'all
right,
then
cool.
go, y'all go into the gutter. Y'all go.
I've been trying to fight it this whole time. Like,
Yeah, I
don't
know
laugh.
you
Don't laugh.
go to the
Booty.
gutter.
But anyway,
All
I'm
right,
done now.
stop.
I had to say something. I'm done now.
We gotta
Okay.
be done with the
I
I,
got it
booty.
I
out.
hope
I got it
he
out.
bullied a lot for that when he was a
Oh.
kid. But
I'm pretty sure they got him in high school good.
I think he's over it, so I don't think he's bothered by anything anybody says.
No, I just had to say it. That's all.
I know you did.
Get it out of system.
hey, booty means gold.
What did you think about Matt? OG.
They was really trying to get on Matt Booty. They was trying to grill him, but I think he held his own because they was talking about Exhibit K, the email, the internal email that he sent out.
Yeah, and then they also discussed. They tried to bring up what are exclusives, this, that, and the other, and contractual things, and what he said about Nvidia and taking their games off the Nvidia platform, GeForce Now.
Yeah, because Nvidia didn't get permission.
Exactly. But see, the FTC didn't say that. All the FTC said was you took your games off of the GeForce Now, but he did not take any time. And I blame Matt. He did never correct her. The lawyer had to come back and say, well, why did you take those games? Because he said they didn't. Then he came back and said,
It said
yeah,
they didn't have permission to have them on the service,
which they didn't.
I mean, from what I've seen, it seemed like they tried to grill him the most.
Yeah, they did. They tried to grill him because they wanted to. Their stickler was that they wanted him to say, we want to take games away from PlayStation. That's why they were coming after him.
And the internal email,
which was
they Xbox. They're competing companies.
No, but it was in 2019, so it had nothing to do with.
And that was before Activision. Yeah,
right, exactly.
And that was before Activision. So, that's what I thought about Booty.
Just call him Matt because
yeah, but you didn't have to just say his last name.
No, I like Booty.
I'm over it. That's y'all.
Mark said he liked Booty.
That's y'all
I like
bigger than
all
thing.
the
I
movies.
said I'm over it. Now y'all got it. Now y'all into it. Ain't that fun?
Okay. So I thought that when he spoke, like I said, I thought he did okay. They didn't land any punches like gotchas. Look, to me, that FTC is, I don't get the whole case because it's just stupid. Because to me, they never went back to Sony and said, "Well, we learned from the best Sony," because they do it, but they didn't say that. Needless to say, I think Matt did okay. I don't think he did a great job because to me, he seemed nervous. He seemed extremely nervous about answering questions, but he did try to clarify, and he did say when he didn't know something, he was like, "Repeat it. I can't make that statement. I can't say that," which was good. But out of all of them, no, he did okay. I just think he needed a little more prep time as well. Therefore, I'm going to give y'all some background about Pete Hines. And they tried to go to Pete Hines, and they went after Pete Hines. I don't know if you guys, and they were going after exclusivity. Exclusivity meant that when Microsoft bought, um, not Activision, but Bethesda, right?
Mhm.
Uh, they were like, well, we all Matt Hines thought all the games were going to stay multi-plat. So that's where the FTC wanted to start saying, see, if Microsoft buys Activision, they're going to do the same thing. But they'd already said case by case basis. Then
Right.
but then they wanted to go after Pete Hines for saying that because he was on the tape saying, "Well, I feel sorry that he was upset because Microsoft chose to tell them, hey, the game is only going to be on Xbox and PC." And they were trying to say, "See, Pete, even you were upset." And they played the tape. And did any of y'all hear that?
Mm-mm.
Ah, mm-mm.
No, they played the tape from he did a video with somebody else. But
Oh, that was like, oh, I remember it.
remember
You
he
talking about
did
the
that?
YouTube?
Yeah, the YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. I think you guys, y'all heard it before. Pete Hines.
Well, the whole point is that they were trying to say, see, here Microsoft is. They're taking games and making them exclusive and not, and this is what they're going to do. This is really showing you who they are. And to me, I think Pete Hines did the worst out of all of them. He was not good at all because, again, he wrote a letter and they brought up a letter that he wrote to saying, hey, right after Activision Blizzard was bought, he's like, wait a minute, you telling us we can't put our games on multi consoles, but then you just sent out a letter to everyone else saying that all Activision games will be, or Call of Duty will stay multi-plat. And they tried to get a got you, they being the FTC, to go after them and say, see, again, this is Microsoft showing you who they are, their true colors. And Matt, just to me, wasn't properly prepared. It wasn't a got you moment because their Microsoft lawyer came back and reiterated and got them together, made sure he answered questions accordingly. But what he said, and he called himself, he said, hey, more or less, I'm giving y'all an excerpt about the video. He said, no, I did not say I was mad. He said, I felt bad, and I can understand their frustration that uh, Starfield wasn't going to come to PlayStation 5. But he did clear it up, and he said, well, it's easier to develop for one console, and I can understand why Microsoft made that move to say we're only going to develop off one console and the PC.
Yeah, so you can focus on making it the best you can for the console. That's how it used to be. Everybody has some games so they made just for that console with the highest performance possible for that console.
So that's exactly what they were trying to say. But and he asked him, well, if it was for all the consoles, do you think Starfield would come out today? And Pete Hines said no. But
No.
they were really going after Pete. And what are y'all thoughts about the FTC trying to use that as an argument that Microsoft won't keep its word?
Well, I know I feel like
All right, Double, go ahead.
I mean, with in Pete Hines' case, with Bethesda being a multi-plat third party, um,
I can tell you, Matt wasn't. I wish they'd had me on the stand. I would have ate that lawyer alive. But needless to say, go ahead. What were you going to say? Because you're going to say that.
I mean, I felt like you with Pete Hines. He was the worst.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was the worst, and they kind of put him like in a compromising position, and it's been like that ever since Xbox purchased Bethesda.
And he's been. I would say to me, his attitude has been contentious. Even though they gave him a promotion, if I think they're gonna get rid of him. I think he's out the door. But that's just me. Just because to me, he wasn't that good. He was, and he still seemed to be a little bit. But he did come around and say no. Developing for one console was better, and then he said, "Well, we looked at ourselves because we were small, and Microsoft came in, and we had the money because of Microsoft."
Pete, Pete Hines sound like he doesn't want to be in the middle of this. You know what I'm saying? We got purchased by Microsoft. It's straightforward. We make games for Xbox and PC. It is what it is. We were bought.
Right. They
They
asked
making it
him.
complicated.
Right. But here's yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. What are your thoughts, Sir Rich?
About what? Nothing really. It's just okay.
Pete Hines. Pete Hines. Pete Hines.
I ain't really seen nothing about Piazza. Like, I mean, I haven't really looked into anything lately about the FTC and all this. Like I said, I was just reading
That
articles,
all happened today. Well, let
but
me
I don't
just
know about him. Like, I mean, in
let me
general, like, how is he
let me.
running?
No, he's not running anything. They gave him a promotion, but what they did is they went back to emails and all this and started trying to throw all that what he said back in his face.
Hmm.
But they
That
were
again.
asking him, but OG, you did. I'm assuming, Jazz, you've been busy. You said you didn't have the opportunity to research. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back and say a couple more little things about this about Pete Hines. Did you see it, Mega?
I haven't looked into Pete Hines'
No,
perspective.
no, you didn't look at it right.
Mm-mm.
I'm just talking specifically for today. That's all I'm talking about.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Uh, OG, do you remember when you just stated something? It's kind of funny you stated it about Bethesda's always been multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
You sure about that? Because see, this is where Microsoft messed up. They didn't mess up, but I would have been the first to say, "You sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure about that?"
Yeah. They've always made games. Well, they made games PC exclusive one time.
No, 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 no. Merwin didn't wasn't on the the PS1 or PS2 or PS3. Remember, Merwin came straight to the Xbox. Remember that Merwin, and they said they had to go to Microsoft and said, "Hey, we want to make this specifically for your console, but you need to
Yeah,
change
that's
the
an
name
OG
of the
game.
There,
Morrowind was an OG game.
You're
right.
talking about like 2000s to present time, right?
Well, right, because he said they were always
Well,
multiplayer,
yeah, that's
and they
true.
weren't.
That's true. They
They were
games
not.
did start out on Xbox. They
And
did.
then who said they always had a great uh, relationship? Todd Howard said we've always worked with Microsoft first. Did
Yeah,
he not say that?
that's
Then it
true.
was funny. Then it was funny that I did find it interesting because of 2 points that each made about any of their games. They said, "Has Sony ever complained about your games?" Nope, not at all. Matt Booty talked to because Matt Booty worked with Minecraft, and he was head of Minecraft. Sony sent him something about Minecraft and made is saying, "Oh, it's a great game, thank you." The same thing that also came about Bethesda games. They then
Hmm.
Microsoft lawyer went at him, said, "Did get any complaints? Did Sony ever say anything about uh, parity issues? Nope. Did they ever say anything that? Nope." So to me, that disproved everything. They did a good job. That's what their lawyer did. So the heavyweight, and I think, like I said, to me, Pete Hines did. the worst, but the heavyweight who knocked it out the park was Sarah Bond. If you guys, she knocked it out the park. They tried to come for her. They was like, first, and to me, they didn't ask anybody else where they went to college or where were they educated. And I didn't know she was Yale and Harvard educated.
Yeah, she was an exec T-Mobile.
Yeah, I knew she was executive T-Mobile. I knew that, but did not know she was Yale and Harvard. I mean, okay, so she's a pretty smart young lady. She's smart anyway, but they came after her, and I think she held her ground better than any. They asked her about contracts. They asked her about it. So, did any of you guys see anything excerpts from that about asking her for contracts, this, that, and the other?
Yeah, see, I missed. I think I came in on the middle of the audio with Sarah Bond.
Hmm.
I missed the beginning.
They asked her about contracts, about Nintendo numbers, and she said, "I can't." More or less, she said, "I can't speak for Nintendo numbers. I can't speak for Nvidia numbers. And do you consider X, Y, Z?" She said, "No, I only can talk about what our numbers are." And they tried to
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
"Does Game Pass
I
have
heard
more
that.
numbers?" She and then she they say I didn't I walked away from that part, but the judge asked about Game Pass. And Sarah Bond educated her on Game Pass. She was like, "Really? I can do that in Game Pass?" So she did a good job. And I think for any of you that have the opportunity that didn't watch it, I I think you should watch Sarah Bond because she did a very good job.
I
And
think the audio is available on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it
mm-mm,
out.
somebody
I was not.
YouTubed it and did put it on YouTube. But I did read what Post Up said, and he said anybody doing that, they can get in trouble for that because you cannot.
Ah,
Ooh, they
Yeah.
can get in trouble for it.
litigation and whatnot.
Mm.
So it states that on that site, but they
Oh
asked
wow.
her a lot. They asked her about a bunch of questions from contracts, the NVIDIA contract, the special language in the contract, to does she sign contracts? And she was like, "Yes, I sign contracts." And they asked her about Nintendo, Boosteroid.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah, yeah. They threw a lot of stuff at her, and she was rattling it off. She was the stuff that I heard.
yeah, she, and they. I wasn't there, but one of the, I think Florian Miller said, somebody else said that she had her green Xbox jacket on. She was
Oh,
like
for
the
real?
center. Yeah, she was the center.
Showing
She had a
out.
very. She was the center of attention. That's all. That's more or less what they said. She was
Let me
the
see if
center
I
of.
can find a picture. Hold on.
Wow, wow. Well, you know she's gonna be the next boss anyway.
That's what everybody's saying.
She gonna be the next boss.
But she knocked it out the park.
Trust me, she gonna be shrewd. She gonna be shrewd. She ain't gonna be like Phil.
She's nobody's
No,
dummy. I can tell you that. She did a great
no,
job. She did, as
no
far as
doubt
I'm
about it. She ain't
concerned.
nobody's dummy.
But you guys should look at. You won't be able to see it, but it continues tomorrow. But like I said, from what my point was when I saw it, a lot of people saying, "Well, it was just opening," but and then one person I saw said they neither side scored punches. But from what lawyers are saying, it's not up to Microsoft. It is up to the government to throw all the punches and land the blows. And from what everyone's saying, they haven't proved their point yet. And they have what, 2 more days to go? Friday and
Too much.
Monday? Or I think 2 to 3, because I think they said 4 days.
I mean, these are just preliminaries, correct?
No, this is actual court case.
Oh, okay. It's going down.
This is the actual court case. She has to make a decision. So this
Yeah, I
judge is
can't
making a
find it.
decision. And if she makes the decision, like I said, I don't see evidence that they're proving that Microsoft is a monopoly. And everyone is saying, why is the FTC protecting the monopoly Sony? Even the Microsoft lawyer hit them with that they're protecting the dominant player. And she
Mm-hmm.
has, She led off with that.
What was the judge response?
In reference to what? She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. Judge is not going to say anything. She did ask a couple of questions. She asked Sarah Bond a question about, and Sarah Bond saying, "Is she the final say, or is Phil the final say when the contracts? And do you make the final say?" And she said, "No, I don't make the final say. I may sign a contract, but the CEO of the company has the final say on everything." And she hit the
Mm-hmm.
bag. She said it exactly the way she should have. But the
Mm-hmm.
FTC's lawyer could never come back, and like they weren't challenging. And I guess you're not supposed to be confrontational. It wasn't that type of case. But I didn't
Right.
see I didn't see them land all these critical blows. The only critical thing that they tried to do was the gotcha was Pete Hines with the Bethesda crap and Matt Booty with the email.
So when did Pete Hines mention Indiana Jones?
Oh, Pete Hines mentioned as far as exclusivity, where they went into points saying, and don't get me wrong, because I was halfway listening, but I was on another conference call doing two things at once. But they were still bringing up exclusivity, and they were like, "Are there any other exclusivity deals, or did you have a con?" No, it went when they were talking to Disney. So what happened was they brought up, well, did Microsoft, when Bethesda, didn't you have a contract with uh, Disney to bring this game multiplat? And they said, yes, we did. And he said, did you get upset about it? And he kind of like, to me, I didn't like his response, but then he stated that we had to go renegotiate the contract because we were
Mm-hmm.
repurchased by Microsoft, and Disney didn't have a problem with it. They wanted to reach as many people as they could, but Microsoft probably just came in and said, "Hey, we're going to pay it. Don't worry about it. You get residuals. Done." And they're probably going to get a better deal because they probably said, "Okay, we're not basing it off sales. We're basing it off of." Now think about this. We'll give you X amount of people who play it on Game Pass.
Nice.
So you can renegotiate a contract and keep it in that ecosystem.
That's real nice.
So overall, I think it was good. They tried to throw some punches, but tomorrow, I think, hopefully, I can get a link to it. But tomorrow, I think you're going to hear from a tape, which I have a problem with, of Jim Ryan, who stated that he has, and you guys saw all the things going on where Jim Ryan said he has no problem. He didn't think Microsoft would take any games and said, "Hey, I understand Microsoft. I had talks with Microsoft, Phil, and the head of Activision, and they're not taking anything off. That's not their intent. They got bigger plans." That is the smoking gun. When he said that, there's no way if they try to block it based off of fears, they already said it. Even Jim Ryan said it. So you know Jim Ryan is lying.
Lion Ryan.
Say
That's
that name.
Ryan. But he's okay because he didn't appear in court. He was on video.
Tomorrow he's on video. But I think Microsoft lawyer did question him at the FTC. But the FTC looks like fools because they are 100% going off of everything Sony said. So
But
based off what I said, y'all have any points, questions, or thoughts?
Is this was this the first time they ever confirmed that that Indiana Jones game was real?
Yep.
yep,
No, no,
yep.
no, no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
no. They did a little
What
trailer.
he
They did a
said
little trailer.
is, yeah, this is the first time they confirmed exclusivity. That's what they were trying to do. The whole point was exclusivity.
Mm.
I mean, that's really just bugging me. They bought the company, and these games are supposed to be go exclusive. That's the way it is.
Well, see, that's why I'm waiting for Microsoft lawyers tomorrow or the next day to start hitting exclusivity deals and saying, "Hey, this is what Sony is doing. Let's show Sony's dirt."
Mm-hmm. That's the juiciness.
Right. They're gonna have to show Sony. And once they show Sony dirt, then that'll be it. But that's
Yep.
all that I took from it. I thought it was very interesting. If I have time tomorrow, I'm gonna try to catch it. Any of you guys have anything else y'all want to talk about on that?
Shoot, I'm good.
Yeah,
Jazzy?
I'm pretty good.
I'm good over here.
All good. No more questions about it.
But definitely try to tune in tomorrow though. See if we can.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick it up tomorrow if I can see who's gonna link it. Yes, somebody linked it, but I didn't have it. I picked up on somebody else. I got booted out. I was in a link, then I got booted out, and then I tried to do it again. Oh, okay. So tomorrow, I found out the FTC will call the following witnesses tomorrow: Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan by video,
Oh yeah.
and
This
then
should be
somebody named
good.
Jamie Lawver. She's a CFO, finance director, CFO. Amy Hood will testify next week, and Dob Zimrick was in charge of Stadia. And Stadia is dead. I guess they want Google in there, huh?
I'm gonna throw their 2 cents in there for.
You know, Google trying to hate. They gonna say, well, Microsoft uh, kept things away from us.
They was dead on arrival.
Exactly.
We ain't worried about that.
No, but supposedly he's going to testify. But yeah, I don't know what. But see, he should keep his mouth shut because Google tries to keep everything from Microsoft.
Bless
Bless
you.
you. All right, people. But that's all we had. We had a quick show tonight. Just to talk about that. So tomorrow, if y'all can take some notes and make sure if you have time, so we can talk about the rest of it next week. Hopefully, oh no, I won't be here next week.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Is this? Why do I have a feeling? Now you're good, Jess. But why do I have a feeling that you have another business trip next week?
I got no business trip. I got a meat trip.
Ah.
So
This
next,
trip is
He
for
like, what
me.
you talking about? I'm finna go do
I'm
what I
busy.
need
My
to do
business.
for myself. Toodles.
I think I'll land it.
You can bring the ally over.
But what I have to say is if I
You
don't get
breaking
to
up.
take a peek, look at that being said,
I think he's breaking it up on purpose, Sir Rich.
What,
'Cause I said I
bring
want
up
that ally.
bring over the ally.
He
What?
like, I don't
Malfunction.
understand
Nope.
what
Nope.
you're saying. And
On purpose.
taking myself and only sorry. Can't
let me say this before
go ahead.
I found out this. That damn that darn CEO of Activision Blizzard, I can see why they want him gone. It's because he was playing Microsoft against Sony and each other. It's because he was threatening to take, and I know y'all saw it, he threatened to take Call of Duty and he got 80-20 instead of 70-30. Usually they get 70, and then Microsoft and Sony would get 30. Remember they said that Activision renegotiated their contract? Well, they actually renegotiated with themselves, so they got 80% of the see. Then Microsoft got more than they threatened to take away because Microsoft refused to bid for it. That's what if this deal up, Bobby Kotick is out next week. He out.
Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, he out. But I found that came out in the current sheet, but they need to address. And if they go after, they gonna get there for Jim Ryan because he is contradicting himself so. Okay, gang. Thanks everybody for showing up. Please like and subscribe. Let's do our outro so we can get some time back. Everyone, thank you for showing up. Finish sharp. If we do have a podcast, we'll let you know. but if I land about 1 o'clock, but no, I don't land. I land like 2 o'clock, but it just depends. Let's do the outro. Where we can find you. Start with Mega.
You sound kind of gargly, but I heard my name, so I guess this is my outro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mega.
But the name's Megalixir. You'll see me every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, right here on the Gamers DMZ podcast. Quick update, YouTube update. I feel like I'm going to need to change my plans on what my first YouTube video should be, because the video idea I had turns out to be time consuming. The video I was trying to make was like a documentary style video where I look through like a history of like a video game character throughout their years, but yeah, maybe I have to make that as like a project in the background. For now, I want to focus on something more smaller and easier to make.
Okay, that's cool. Start off.
Here we go.
OG.
Yeah.
You can find me here every Thursday with the crew. And also check me out on All Things Geeky on Facebook. And also on Twitter, OGMM. Come join in the fun.
Battling. Okay. Sir Rich.
Yeah, you can find me here, like everyone else, on Thursday. Facebook under Sir Rich Gaming, Twitch under Sir Rich, Twitter under Sir_Rich, and YouTube as well. I'm thinking about doing some new stuff. You'll find out when I do it though. But yeah, we gonna be doing some other stuff.
Okay. Jazz.
You can find me here every Thursday with the rest of the peoples. Also on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. All Jazzymoto. And possibly Kick, but we'll see. Stay tuned.
Okay, and you can find me here, you can find me there, you can find me everywhere, but you can't find me. Anyway, thank you all for showing up. You can find me on. I'll be probably no. I want to go to dinner. Hopefully, I'll be back by 9 o'clock. I'll be online tomorrow around 9, doing what I got to do, playing with the rest of y'all, doing some Diablo, hopefully. But that said, that's where you can find me on the Xbox here on Thursday and on my PS5 and on Twitch too, or Twitter, whatever you call it. So hey, Serge, with that note, you can take us out.
Oh, it's time. Everybody, come on now. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Holla holla. Holla holla holla.
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla holla holla.
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla holla holla.
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla holla.
Holla at you, holla at you, baby, holla at you, holla, 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 holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, baby, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, holla, 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 holla at you, holla, 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 holla.
Yeah, I'm
Holla,
good.
holla, holla.
I'm assuming you said
Holla, holla,
that
holla,
to me.
holla at you, holla at you, baby, holla at you, holla, 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 holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, baby, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you, holla, holla.